Olá Brasil! Como vai? Eita, minha voz. Para quem não sabe, eu estou fazendo uma série de vídeos sobre a Irlanda. O primeiro vídeo foi sobre o país. E agora eu vou falar sobre Dublin. Dublin é minha cidade. Mas Dublin tem muita coisa interessante. Por isso eu vou dirigir em algumas partes. Dividir em algumas partes. Dirigir não. Começando com Dublin 1. Dublin 1. Para muitas pessoas é o primeiro lugar que eles vão. Como antes, nesse vídeo eu vou falar em inglês, mas não se preocupe porque vem com legenda, rapaz. Here is Dublin, the capital of Ireland. Is it just me, or does County Dublin look like a smaller version of Ireland just mirrored? I swear I'm from Dublin and I've never noticed this. The name of the county Dublin actually comes from Irish Gaeilge, the language. Dubh Linn, which means black pool. Yes, it does look like an Irish version of the city in England, Blackpool. I swear we're different from England. Some people say that Dublin is the first and the oldest city in Ireland, of which they are completely incorrect. The oldest city in Ireland is Waterford, but we won't be talking about that today. We won't be talking about it today, another day. Dublin is actually split in half by the River Liffey. So to start, you need to know that Dublin is divided into 24 postal districts. Odd-numbered postal districts are residing on the north side of the River Liffey, while the even ones are located on the south side of the River Liffey. For that reason, we call it the north side of Dublin and the south side of Dublin. Starting on the north side, Dublin 1 is in the city centre. There you're close to everything in city centre, because you're practically in city centre. Eu moro no centro da cidade. Generally, here there are a lot more jobs and facilities compared to other parts of Dublin. Também tem algumas lojas brasileiras, rapaz. Compram picanha. Dublin 1 is full of activity and life, so many options of shops and restaurants, you always have something to do. If you're the kind of person that likes or needs to stay busy with new shops and new restaurants, this might be a good option for you, Dublin 1. On one hand, if you work in city centre, you could save some money due to not needing to get public transportation. However, unfortunately, like basically every city centre in the world, rent in Dublin is not cheap. Rapaz, Dublin é muito caro mesmo. Nem tô falando sobre cidade, centro da cidade. Pior ainda, muito caro aí. Dublin is the 11th most expensive city in Europe to live in, according to a study that was done in 2020, just last year. Many places in Dublin are actually physically impossible to live in because your wage does not pay off the rent. Yet alone you have to pay for food, transportation, and the list goes on. For that reason, many students will have to live with other flatmates or housemates just to get by. For the majority of people, they don't have another option. Because of that, you will have much less privacy in comparison to if you lived alone or just lived with your partner. So, take that into consideration if you are moving into Dublin 1. Dublin has lots of famous places, like Parnell Square, O'Connell Street, Dorset Street, and Capel Street, and much more. The highlights of Dublin 1 are the Spire. Located on O'Connell Street, this is the meet and greet location where people meet up and sell goods. Consider Spire your point of reference of Dublin. Ironically, every single apartment in Dublin in the entirety of County Dublin is within 10 minutes walking distance from the Spire. Go figure. An Post. Literally right in front of the Spire, we have An Post. Tipo Correios da Irlanda. And just walking distance from the Spire, we have a very popular destination. Pennies. Peraí, rapaz, não tô falando sobre, você sabe, o camarãozinho. Tô falando da loja. Pennies Mary Street was the first Primark/Pennies in the entire world. And I worked there. Uau, que legal, olha isso. Sou eu, trabalhando na loja mesmo. Legal. Eu trabalhei todos os dias e todas as noites. Até payday no Pennies. And in front of that Pennies, we have a very popular bar/pub, the church. It's a reconstructed church made into a pub. I don't know how God feels about that, but Irish people were running out of places to turn into pubs and bars, so there you go. I'm of course joking. It is really a beautiful place. I really recommend you go after the lockdown. Another thing I really recommend if you are into Asian food. There is a restaurant on Capel Street called Arisu. It's like a Korean barbecue. It's really good. Diane and I loved it when we were in Ireland, so I really recommend it. And if you don't like Korean, you can try the other restaurants on the same street. There are Thai, Vietnamese, Chinese, Japanese restaurants. They're pretty good. I'm gonna start cutting off this video here now because already this video is too long and I didn't even mention the Garden of Remembrance, which I totally recommend you go to the Garden of Remembrance. It's a beautiful place, taking its beauty after the pandemic, of course. Have you gone to any of these places that I mentioned before? And if you have any place that I didn't mention, deixa comentáriozinho, deixa recomendação. Se gostou desse vídeo, não esquece de deixar seu like e compartilhar esse vídeo com seus amigos. Qual você acha tem que ser a próxima região de Dublin? Pode ser que é Dublin 2, Dublin 3, Dublin 7, Dublin 9, eu não sei, quem sabe, nunca se sabe. E aí, até a próxima. E aí, mano? A minha vaga, sim, 10 minutos do espere. Na verdade é assim, né? 5 minutos. A sinceridade, é no espere. É no espere mesmo. Só coloca um cobertorzinho no chão aí, um travesseiro. É bom, amigo. É bom. Acorda de manhã e já tá aí no trampo, mano. Já tá aí no trampo. O preço? Porque você é meu amigo, 800 euros. Alô?